Okay, keep the videos on, students. Turn on the videos. Be quick. I'll log in to other device. We'll see 2026 question. Okay, can you all see this? Okay, look at the weightage, students. Algebra 25%, geometry 20. Which concept are we doing? Which one are we doing now? Yeah, trigonometry is what is the percentage given? 10 to 15%. Yes, 10 to 15%. Out of 80 marks, it is around 8 marks to 8 to 10 marks. Okay. So trigonometry includes height and distance, trigonometry identities. We have done trigonometry. It's a separate concept. Trigonometry is separate. Algebra, geometry, mathematical reasoning, logical proofs. Okay, all this is not required. This is the question paper. Which one? Website? Just put 2026 question paper, Amy. Okay, there's no specific website. I just open the first or second website. You'll get. I'll download. I'll download and send it in the group. Okay, I'll download and send it, students. First, let's see the question. Where is the download option? They have given a very simple question. 2026. Okay, first we'll solve 2025. Okay, we'll do a few questions without the diagram, students. Look at the 11th question in your textbook. Okay, I'll see the screen. The 11th one. Do you have textbook with you all of you all? Yeah, practice one or two questions. All this time we practice lot of questions which already had diagram. They're already given the diagram. We'll practice one or two without the diagram. Once you solve this, previous year questions will be easy. Tomorrow or today later we'll solve previous year. See, mostly they don't give 32 degrees, 24, and one more thing. We studied only these type of questions, right? 32 degrees, 30 degrees, 45, 55 degrees. Did we study anything like this? 32 degrees, 32.1 degree, 35.3? No, right? I'll teach you all one or two questions later. Mostly they don't give us decimal, students. We use same trigonometry table, but we don't use. They usually don't give decimal question. They just give rounded off values. Okay, look at the 11th question. How do you all solve the 11th? Two climbers are at a point A and B on a vertical cliff face. Two climbers are at a point A and B. To an observer C, 40 meters from the foot of the cliff on the ground level. A is at an elevation of 48 degrees and B of 57. What is the distance between the climbers? Okay, two climbers are at a point A and B on a vertical cliff. First draw a right angle. Let me see. Handstands 90. First draw a right angle, students. Right angle. Like this. Right angle. Now what is given? 11th question. Two climbers are at a point A and B. Are at points A and B on a vertical cliff. So which is a vertical cliff here? What do you mean by vertical? Is it straight or flat? Straight line. I'll write it as A. This I'll write it as C, students. C. Name it later. Imagine vertical cliff. I'll draw a straight line. The green one. This is the vertical cliff. They started to climb. Two people started to climb from ground level. Two people started to climb from ground level. Okay, in this direction. So they started to climb and like this. Now, to an observer C, 40 meters from the foot of the cliff. Which is foot of the cliff? The bottom is the foot, right? Foot to an observer C. Where is the observer C, students? 40 meters from the foot of the cliff. What do you mean by 40 meters? The distance between the observer and the foot is how much? 40 meters. So this is C. Take this as C. Foot of the cliff on the ground level. So we know this is ground, students. Ground. The observer is also on the ground. The foot of the cliff is also on the ground. And what does the observer? What does he observe? What does he observe? A is at elevation of how many degrees? A is at elevation of. All of you will respond. No, no, 48. A is at elevation at 48. And what about B? B is at 57. So A is at 48, B is at 57. Imagine A is here, A, and B is given here. So from A, you can draw a line like this, 47 degrees. Okay. So this angle, this becomes 48 degrees. Next, at a point B, the end, this outer one, this becomes 57 degrees. So A and B they started to climb the cliff, or what do you call this? Yes, cliff, but they're not on the same position, students. A is at 48 degrees, lesser value, B is at 57 degrees. So B stands top of A, like this. So these are the two triangles. Two triangles, okay, angle of depression concept. Let me draw it again. All of you draw the diagram. Draw a diagram. Draw the diagram, students. What did I explain? Two climbers at point A and B. At point A and B on a vertical cliff. Have they mentioned anything? Opposite direction, same direction? 11th? No, right? They are climbing on top of a vertical cliff. Imagine this is a vertical cliff. Okay. So 40 meters from the foot of the, this is foot of the cliff. 40 meters. You can take right hand side or left hand side. I'll take left hand side line. Left hand side. There is an observer C. So what he observes is the first angle on the ground level. A is at an elevation of 48 degrees. Look at this. A person is standing right here at C. If he observes that A is at angle of 48 degrees. So this is 48 degrees. Next, when he observes B, B is at 57 degrees. For 57, you have to look even more higher. 57 is even more higher than A. So that is B, students. Like this. This is B. And this angle is 57. What is the value? 57 degrees. Okay. What is the distance between the climbers? Who are the two climbers here? Can you tell me the two climbers? A, B. This is the main diagram. What is the distance between C and foot of the cliff? 40 meters. So I've given two triangles together. Split these two triangles. You can't solve it directly. Okay, you'll get confused. Split this into two parts. It's not a separate question. It's one single question, but split into two parts. Which is the first triangle, students? Which is the first one I have to consider? ADC. Yeah, take ADC. What is ADC value? Simple. For A, what is the angle? For A, what is the angle? 48 degrees. Take 48 degrees. Apply tan concept. Find the value of AD and find the value of BD. Using AD and BD, if you subtract, you will get AB value. That is the distance between the two climbers. Did you understand the concept? All of you? Okay, try this. Next, in triangle BDC. Is Dia online? Dia, did you understand? See, turn on the video, students. Keep the videos on. I'm monitoring you all from the other device. All of you will keep it on. Ruth, Dia, Cecilia, Malavika, Angel, Abigail, yeah, Island, Bhargavi. Turn it on and do it. Triangle BDC. In triangle BDC, 57 degrees. This will be 40, find BD. Apply tan concept. Those who have textbook, refer 48, tan 48 and 57. So write the main diagram, split into two parts, and you can write tan 48 degrees is equals to AD divided by CD. CD is equal to 48. Check whether we need to convert tan into cot or using tan value are you able to solve the answer. Point. Okay. What is tan 48? What's the value? Tan 48 and 57. No, first tan 48. What is tan 48, students? 1.0724. Okay. Multiply this. What is AD value? 1.0724 into 40. Okay. You can take this 40. How can you write 40, students? Can I write 4 into 10? 40. The reason I split into two parts is I can multiply 10 here. So it becomes 10.724 into 4. No. Check your calculation once, Amy. It should be more than 42, 41, 42. Then somebody told 1.072. You are giving wrong answers. I think it was Kia, right? Kia, you don't know how to check the answer. Tan table, you don't know how to check the value. Respond, Kia, or who doesn't know how to check the value, students? How to check? You know how to check the value? If you don't know, I can teach you. Yeah, what's the value here? 1048. Check once again. Tell me the value. 1106. Then what is that 1.07? Was that your own value? Okay, 1048. Multiply into 40. What is AD? What is tan 57, students? Yes, tell me tan 57. This is 1.539. When you multiply, get BD value. Okay, I'll do one thing. Calculate, students. You all calculate. I'll use calculator. I'll just check 1.1106 into 40. Is this the answer you all got? 44.424. Okay. Those who don't know how to calculate previous year question. See, those who feel it is tough, it is actually easy, students. When you multiply 40, write it like this: 1.1106 into 40 can be written as 10 into 4 or 4 into 10. When you multiply 10 into this number, you have to shift one position right hand side, 11.106 multiply by 4. 4 6 are 24, 2 4 44 point. What's the answer? 4 to 4. Yes, 44.424. Let's erase all this. AD is equals to 44.424. You can round it off and write 44.42 students, or just ignore, just leave it as it is. What is the value for BD? Let me, oh, fine, let me check. 1.5399. 61.596. 61.596. AD is equals to 44. How will you find what question they have asked students? What is the main question? 11th one. Yeah, what is the difference between two climbers? Who are the two climbers here? A and B, right? A and B are the two climbers. How do you find the distance between them? Who can answer? How do you find the distance, students? Very good. What's the first? Tell me the total value. Total value is BD, right? Yeah, BD. You can do it like this, or you can directly write BA, students. The distance between B and A, you can write it like this, is equals to what's the total distance? Just take these two values. It's simple concept. Take these two values. BD is greater. BD minus AD. What is BD minus AD? Calculate. Check the answer in textbook. Those who have textbook, just check once. It should be in meters. So B has climbed higher than A, students. That is the reason it is 57 degrees. And we'll do 12, 9 meters from a flag post. We observe the angle of elevation of top of the pole is 28. Angle of depression at the bottom of the pole is 30. Okay, 17.17. Let me subtract. 61.596 minus 44.424. What's the answer? 17 point? Okay. Yeah. Yes, you can write 2 or just ignore, students. 17.17 meters. 17.7. And I told you all, after decimal, try to keep two values, whether it is meters or rupees. Anything, just keep two values. You don't have to write 17.17172. This is the answer. All of you understood how to solve? Is it okay? Try one 13th question. 13th is easy, students. First go through this, complete it. You can, those who complete it, start 13th. 12th one I'll explain. Do the 13th one. Angle of elevation or depression? What is the keyword given there? Depression question. Draw the diagram. Let me see how many of you will get the diagram. Read the question. Try to draw the diagram. Simple question. Did you all get the diagram right? Completely? Okay, look at the screen, students. I'll draw the diagram. Those who have got it wrong, check once. I'll read the question. All of you look at the screen. Stop writing. 13th question. From the top of a cliff 92 meters high, first draw a cliff, draw a right angle triangle like this. This is a cliff AB. Name it as AB. There is no specific alphabets given. So you name it as AB. This is 92 meters high. The angle of depression. So for depression, what did I tell you all, students? It's outer angle. Draw a triangle like this. Draw a triangle, right angle. What's the outer angle value? 20. And how do you change this outer angle? This outer angle according to panel length? Yes, interior alternate angle. If this is 20, what is angle of elevation? 50 degree. Depression of a BU over B, boy is this distance. Calculate the nearest meters, the distance between boy and from the foot of the cliff. This is foot of the cliff. So if 20 degrees, basically only three things we need to calculate. What are the three things, students? One is the distance of AC. What's the other one? Distance BC. Next, distance of AB. In this question, which is given? Distance of AB is given, right? Yeah. Next, the distance of the boy from the foot of the cliff. If you consider foot of the cliff, then which distance we need to find? AC or BC? BC. AC is not required. They don't tell us, ask us to find AC value. We need to find BC. This is the diagram. 13th one is easy. 12th one is bit tough. 12th one, I'll teach 12th one. First complete this, all of you. Find the value of BC. Yeah, this is BU over. Okay, what is a buoy, student? What is a buoy? What is given here is an anchored floating object used in water. It is just basically an object. Buoy is just an object. Okay, floating object. You can see this in sea or ocean. It's just a floating object. So imagine there's a floating object here. Any object at sea. This is a buoy. So with respect to angle C, students, angle C is 20 degree. What is the value given? Perpendicular is given, right? What is perpendicular? AB is equals to 92. What do we need to find here? Hypotenuse or base? Base. Which formula as perpendicular and base? Yes. Tan 20 is equals to AB divided by BC. What is AB value? Very good. We need to use tan 20 or cot. We have to convert into cot. You have to use complementary, right? Convert into cot and solve. Yes. The value of AB is 92 divided by BC, students. BC goes to the other side. First convert it. All of you will convert. Okay. How do you all convert tan 20, students? How do you all convert tan? First convert into cot. I'll do it on the right hand side. What is tan 20? Cot 90 minus 20. What is cot 90 minus 20? Cot 7. I don't need cot 70. We don't have it in the table. What is the reciprocal for cot 70? 1 by, very good, 1 by tan 70. Write it like this. In working column, you can do calculation part, conversion part. Find the value of BC. That will give you the answer. 2.9042. Okay. Cross multiply, you'll get BC value. BC is equals to 92 into 2.9074. 7475. Check once again, all of you all, what's the value, students? Amy, whose answer is right? The big number? Tan 70, students. What is tan 70? 2 point? Can tell you 7075. 7475. Okay. Amy, check once again. I think around 7475. 92 into 2.7475. 2.7475, students. It's 2.7475. You can't find it using calculator. Use that mathematical, in textbook you get mathematical table. Check once. Got it? All of you got 2.7475? Yeah, multiply into 92. Yes, yes. 92 into 2 point. Multiply this, students. Remove the decimal, multiply, tell me the answer. How come 92, if you multiply into 2, it should be more than 200, right? You're telling 2.252, correct. 92 into 2.747. 252.77 is the answer. No, 77 meters is fine, Kia. 77 meter is fine. Bhargavi done. Island Bhargavi. Abigail got the answer. Malavika, Angel. Okay, fine. Angel, Kia. What about Dia? Why Dia is not replying, responding? Tell me, Kia. Okay, fine. If you want to round it off, what have they mentioned anywhere to round it off? Yes, they have mentioned here. No, no, they have mentioned. Calculate to the nearest what? Nearest meter, students. If they ask us to nearest meter, have they mentioned one decimal, two decimal, anything? 13th question. All of you respond. No, they didn't ask us to round it off to one or two decimal. Therefore, we need this three value. If you want to round it off to nearest meter, look at the 7. After decimal, we have 7. 7 is greater than 5 or lesser than 5. So the previous number 2 will get increased by what? It should be increased by 1. 253 is the answer. So they have given, I forgot to read, Look at the 13th one. Calculate to the nearest meter. We need to convert it. Okay, what's the time? 12:18. Yeah, take break. We'll continue at 12. No, no. First do the students complete. I'll give you a break. All of you will write it, and this right hand side part is the conversion. Even in conversion, we give first preference for complementary. After complementary, then we convert into reciprocal relation. Is it clear? All of you understood? Okay, now what if you don't convert students? Sometimes you might forget if you're in a hurry because of this one time limit or stress, exam stress. See, if tan 20, tell me tan 20, all of you all, what is tan 20 students? 0.3640, right? If I would have written tan 20 directly 0.204, if I want to find BC, tan 20 will get divided, 0.3640. If you remove the decimal, what you get students? 3640, 92 into, no, no, how many zeros are there? 1000 or 10,000? 4 zeros, right? Yeah, 4 zeros. In that, look here, 1 0 gets cancelled. So 92 divided by 364 into 1000. By the time you'll reduce all this, it takes lot of time. Let us check the answer. You will get the same answer. Yes? No, no, I'll tell you. Ruth, I'll tell you. Look at this part, students. Look here, Ruth. Which one did you take? Tan 20 or did you convert it? Converted. All of you know the logic, right? Why we converted? Because calculation is tough, right? See, if I calculate this, students, 92 divided by 0.3640, we still get the same answer. Isn't it same? 252 point. Okay, we got 77. It is 74. 252. So this is complicated. If you don't convert it, the calculation becomes tough. Now, yeah, Ruth, can you see the third line? What is mentioned? Calculate to the nearest meter is given, right? So you have to round it off. If you want to round it off, after decimal we have 7. 7 is greater than 5. So the previous number should be increased by 1. 253 is the answer, students. Okay, so next question is bit complicated, tough. The 12th one, we'll do it after break. Take 10 minutes break. We'll continue at 12:30. Okay, all of you online. Shall we do the next one? 12th one? 12th question. How many questions are there in this exercise, students? Only 13 questions? So, sir, textbook, check once. How many questions are there? Yeah, why no response? How many questions? Only 13 from first exercise? 13. Second exercise? How many questions are there in second one? Second one, 15. Sub questions, fine. Let me check. See, second question, we have done almost all the questions I've covered, students. You all can try the second exercise or every day we'll solve one or two questions. Look at the 12th question, all of you all. Concentrate, stop writing. 12th one is important. Mark it as important. See, usually we used to solve questions like this. A right angle triangle. Angle of depression would be top. Outside the triangle, angle of depression. 50. If it is 50 here, we take 50 as well. Here, angle of elevation. Questions like this. Next, there were two questions. Two values. Angle of depression. If it is 42 degrees, even here you take 42 degrees. We completed these type of questions. Okay. Where you have to find the base. Sometimes the entire value will be given. If this is entire value is 150 degree. If entire value is 150, what will you take the distance from C to D, students? C to B. All of you will respond. I want you all to respond. AB is 100 meters. And the distance between C to D, what's the total distance between C to D? 150. In these two triangles, are the base value given for both or we need to find? We need to find. So height will not be given. They'll ask you to find the height, students. Remember, height will not be given. Only 150 will be given. I'll just write this. After this, we'll solve the 12th question. See, this is the question. They'll ask you to find the height of the building AB or the height of the cliff, height of mountain. Basically, we need to find AB, students. AB. Now, the first triangle has A, B, 50 degrees. A, B, 50 degree, and let me take C. AB is not given. In second triangle, same. A, B, D. Value is not given. And 42 degrees. Right? AB and AB, both the triangles have AB, you can take it as H. H stands for height. Remember this. You can take it as H, both are same. Common alphabet. First thing. You can take any one value as X, students. You can either take AB as X or BD as X. If I take AB as X, what will be the value of BD? What's the total value? Total. So what is BD? What will be the, if I take this line, correct. If I take this line, this is 150, students. BD is 150. If I put B here, if I take this as 50 meters, what will be the length of BD? 150 minus 50. So BD is how much? BD should be 100, right? Is this concept clear? Did you all understand? All of you all? So any one thing you can take it as X, students. If not, this is not possible. It is impossible to solve such question. If you take this as X, what will you take BD as? 150 minus X. So in the first triangle, what is tan 50? All of you will respond. Unmute the call. What is tan 50? AB divided by CB. Okay, tan 50. Instead of tan 50, I'll take 45 degrees, students. Let me take 45. And I'll take 30 degrees here. 30. See, these type of question, I think they were given in second exercise. You try one or two questions, you'll be able to solve. Let me take this as 45 degrees and this as 30 degrees. 45, 30. So, what is tan 45, students? All of you respond. What is tan 45? 1. AB value, what is AB? We have taken it as H. And what is CB? CB is X. What do we need to find here? X value or H value? According to question H. What is H? If you want to find H, what happened to X? Gets multiplied 1, right? H is equals to what? X. Keep this as equation 1. Don't write anything. Listen. Equation 1. Second one. Tell me the second one. Tan 30 degree is equals to what? Yes, AB. AB is what? H. BD is how much, students? 150 minus X. What is tan 30 degrees? How much is tan 30? 1 by root 3. Not 3. Yeah, 1 by root 3. H divided by 150 minus X. X value is what? We'll substitute later. After this step, you have to substitute, Bhargavi. Here, here, correct. What you told was right. Till here, it is the second equation, students. Look, second equation. Now, below this, you have to write substitute equation 1 in equation 2. So, you take 1 by root 3. H value is x, not h value. We need to substitute x, right? H will remain as it is, Bhargavi, because we need to find x, right? H, right? 150 minus what is x value? H. Is this clear? All of you understood? Calculation part? When do we take like this, student? When do we take 150 minus all these things? Usually in a triangle, yeah, no, usually in a triangle, in any heights and distance question, in a right angle triangle, one angle will be given, right? One angle will be given. Compulsory, one angle will be given. Along with that, what about the sides? Whatever question we solved, either height will be given, right? Either height will be given or distance will be given, right? But in this question, was height given? Was AB given, or we need to find? We need to find. And was CB value given? CB or BD, any value given? No. None of the values were given, students. But entire distance of CD was given. So whenever the entire distance is given, this is how we solve. We need to take x, 150 minus x. Now we can cross multiply this. So you get 150 minus h is equals to root 3h. This h goes to the other side. 150 is equals to root 3h minus 1h. When you factorize, h is common. H, you get root 3 minus 1, 150. Divide this root 3 minus 1 to the denominator. Root 3 minus 1. So 150 divided by root 3 minus 1. Root 3 is a irrational number. How do you rationalize, students? How do we rationalize this? With what I have to multiply? Root 3 plus 1. Okay, when you multiply denominator, you get a square minus b square. Root 3, 150 root 3 plus 1 divided by. What is a square minus b square? What is a square? Root 3 the whole square minus 1 square, right? What is root 3 the whole square, students? 2 minus 1. How much is 3 minus 1? 2. If you cancel, you get 75. Root 3 is 1.732 minus 1. When you open the bracket, you'll get the value of h. Did you understand the calculation part? Yeah, just go through this. This is not given in textbook, students. I've just given an example. If you want, you can write it. If you want, you write it. Yeah, just go through this part. Last week I solved one or two questions related to this method, X method. Shall we try the 12th one? Did you all understand how to solve? Any doubts? Okay. In Angel Kia, understood? Fine, students. See, what if you don't take this? If you don't take it as x, just imagine if you don't take x. See, like this. If you don't take x, students, both the values are missing, right? Is it possible to solve this question? Not possible. See, if you take tan 45, you will write it as AB divided by BC. Here you take tan 30 degrees, you will get AB divided by BD. Then you get confused. Tan 45 is 1. Okay, next AB remains as it is, BC. There are two unknown variables. AB is also unknown, BC is also unknown. This side, tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Again, AB is unknown. BD is also not given. So to bridge the gap between these two, we usually take, let that unknown variable be x. That's the reason we take x. In mathematics, usually the unknown variable, we always take it as x. So you can't randomly take x value. Remember, you can't randomly take x. If you take any one base, CB as x, the other one, distance, total value is 150. It will be 150 minus x. So you'll get two equations. Use substitution method. Okay. Take the first equation, substitute in the second equation and solve. You'll get these type of question in exercise 2. That's the reason I explained. 12th question. Concentrate 12th one. It's important. Last question. Yeah. Usually in any question, either one angle of depression will be given, one angle of elevation, students. If not, two angle of depressions will be given, two angle of elevation. But look at this question. Observe the 12th question. A man stands 9 meters away from a flag pole. Let me draw a flag pole first. This is a flag pole. I'll name it as AB. Okay, a man stands 9 meters away from the flag pole. He stands 9 meters away. Okay, he stands here. This distance is 9 meters. Fine, he stands here. Next, what is given, students? Observe the angle of elevation as the top of the pole. Which one is top of the pole, A or B? All of you will respond. Top of the pole is A, right? What is the angle of elevation given? If he's looking at the building, 28 degrees. So I'll draw a straight line. In order to draw angle, we need a straight line. Only then you get 90 degrees here, 90 degrees. So this angle is 28 degrees. Next, after that, have they given one more angle of elevation or angle of depression? Now, where is that person standing? Is he standing on the same position or the position is shifted? Have they mentioned anything? No, right? He's still on the same position. What else is mentioned, students? The angle of depression at the bottom of the pole. Which is bottom of the pole? Which one is bottom of the pole? B, right? So a man standing at this position, angle of depression, he looks down. Depression meaning is down, students, down, like this. He looks at this point B. So the first time he looks at point A, angle of elevation is 28. The second time he looks at angle of depression. So for both the common point, the straight line is this green line, straight line. So when we talk about angle of depression, is this angle. What is this angle given? How many degrees? How many degrees? 13 degrees, right? Now what I'll do, I'll move this person towards this side. I'll draw a line here, a line. So if this is 13 degrees, according to parallel line concept, students, if two lines are parallel, see, if this is 13 degrees, what about this value? How are they related? Interior, alternate, right? Yes, interior alternate angle. If this is 13, this angle would be 13 degrees. Fine. The person is standing at this position. So this position, the straight line, I'll mark it as C. A, B, C. I'll take this point as D and this point as E. Top we have a triangle and bottom we have a triangle, 9 meters. Is this diagram clear? Did you understand? Didn't understand. You didn't understand? I'll again read the question, Kia. What is given? Read the question. Okay, this is heights and distance concept. In heights and distance, which triangle do we use? Right angle triangle. So first, instead of drawing entire right angle triangle, I draw a flagpole. What have they mentioned there? Building or a flagpole? Flagpole. I'll name this as A and B. Clear? A man stands 9 meters away. So from this point, look here, from this point, I'll take 9 meters. A man stands here at this position. 9 meters. What is the distance? 9 meters, right? So E is eyes is here. See, this is the view. Read the second part. He observes the angle of elevation at the top of pole. Angle of elevation. Where is angle of elevation? Do you look top or bottom down for angle of elevation? Here. We look on top. So this man looks at top. You need to draw an angle here. For you need, if you need to draw an angle, we need a base. So for base, I'll take a straight line. I'll draw a straight line. Till here, is it clear? So what is the angle? If he's looking at top, what's the angle? 28 degrees. Read the second statement. It's 13. Who observes angle of depression? The same person, right? Or you think the person travels from this position to here? Is he traveling? So that we can draw angle of depression here. Is this correct? Can I draw angle of depression here? No. Because they haven't mentioned anything. The person is not traveling. He is at the same position, student. Same point. So from same point, what do you mean by angle of depression here? Do you look top or down? Down. Which point? Where are you looking down? At which point? What they have mentioned? Which is bottom of the flagpole? B. Is looking here, right? So what is the angle formed? For this man's point of view, straight line. Can you see a straight line, green line drawn? Green line. This is his straight view, students. If he looks straight, he look at this green line. If he looks top, 28 degrees. And if he looks bottom, what is the angle formed here? This is 13 degrees. If this is 13 degrees, where is right angle? Okay, you can take even this right angle. 13 degrees. We have two right angles formed. Can you tell me the two right angles, students? I'll name this as C. Can you tell me two right angles formed here? See, all of you will respond. Did you understand this diagram? The way I've drawn it? What do we need to find here? Calculate? Calculate what? No, no, calculate what? Calculate what? Yeah, what is the total height of the pole? Height of the pole. AB is made up of how many parts? BC. Tell me the two triangles. What are the two triangles formed, students? In triangle, what's the first one? I'll take this as D. Where the person is standing, I'll take. ADC is first one. Next one? Correct. Which is the next triangle? I'll shade it. Can you see this triangle? Yellow one? Okay. Tell me the first triangle, students. Below the triangle, what kind of diagram is formed? Below the triangle, what kind of diagram is this? Rectangle. What is the concept of rectangle, student? Property. Opposite side. If I'll take it as E. If EB is 9 meters, what about DC? So I'll take DCA 28 degrees. Only this question has two types, one angle of elevation and one angle of depression. See, don't get confused. I've shaded the angle of depression is yellow. Angle of depression is yellow triangle. Angle of elevation, I'll shade it as blue triangle. Angle of elevation is blue triangle. So we have two triangles. Okay, now first concept, 9 meters. We need to find the value of AC, students. In order to find BC, we need AC value. What's the value? What's the concept? Tan 28 degrees equals to AC divided by DC. Yeah, DC is 9. This is the first one. Don't write. When I'm teaching, don't write. Listen. Tell me the second triangle. First one. If I solve this, are we getting AC value? All of you will respond. Are we getting AC? Next, we need BC students. If I need BC, which triangle I have to take? In triangle BCD. Look at triangle BCD. Which is right angle and which is hypotenuse, students? Which is right angle and hypotenuse here? Very good. T is right angle, right? T is a right angle. T is a right angle. Look here. This is a straight line, students. AB is a straight line. Imagine if I place a protractor here. Protractor. Imagine if I place protractor. If this angle is 90 degree, what about this part? Angle C. That is 90, right? 180 minus 90 is 90. So both are 90 degrees, right? Both are 90. So this is 13 degrees. This is 30. In triangle BCD, students. What are the values given? What is DC value? What is DC? DC is equals to 9. What do we need to find here? BD value or BC value? We need to find BC. If you want to find BC, with respect to angle D, students, with respect to angle D, what is this BC? Perpendicular is asked. With respect to angle D, what is DC? Base or hypotenuse? How can that be hypotenuse? BD is hypotenuse, right? Which is hypotenuse? Yeah, BD is hypotenuse. Do we need hypotenuse or base and perpendicular? So which formula do we use? Tan 13 degrees is equals to which is perpendicular? Which one is perpendicular? BC or CB? BC divided by which is base? D. These are the two triangles. If you find the value of BC and AC, you add them together, you'll get the value of AB. Is it clear? Did you understand? Yeah, tell me, Amy, any doubts? Yeah, that is what we have done, right? How can you find use straight line concept? See, you're talking about angles, Amy. I'm talking about side. Okay, we're not finding angles here, right? Is angle required? No, an angle is not required. I'm talking about right angle triangle. Why did I take angle C? Right angle. I asked you all right angle. The reason is DB is hypotenuse. We don't need DB. Okay, BC. This is one way. So don't write it. This is one way of finding. The other way is, look here, let me erase this. The first triangle remains as it is. First triangle remains as it is. Second triangle. I'll explain the property of second triangle. All of you will concentrate here. Let me take a triangle. Rectangle. E, B, D and C. This is a rectangle. A rectangle will have how many right angle, students? Total how many right angles? If I draw a diagonal, two right angle triangles. If this is 13 degree, according to parallel line concept, what about this angle? 30. If BC, for example, if I get BC as 5 centimeter, what is DE? 5. If EB is 9, what is DC? 9. Which means these two triangles are same, right? The first triangle, isn't it similar to second triangle? Everything is same, right? So if you're getting confused, what you'll do is you can use BCD, students. You can use BCD, not an issue. If not, let me take this triangle in triangle DEB. See how easy it becomes. If you take triangle DEB, it is very easy to understand. Tell me what is DEB value? What is angle B? 13 degrees. What is EB? 9. What do we need to find? DE or BC? We need to find DE. If you find DE, BC will be equal, right? So let me apply tan 13 degrees to this. What is tan 13 degree? DE divided by EB. Complete this. All of you will write this, draw the diagram. Whoever has any doubts, let me know. I'll teach once again. If you don't know how to split the triangle, you all understood why I took triangle DEB? All of you? You can use even BCD, not an issue. You can use BCD. If you are getting confused with the right angle, take DEB. Find the value of DE, students. And they haven't given such questions for board exam, but it's a good question. This has both angle of elevation and angle of depression. What is tan 28? Check what is tan 28, students, and complete this. So I'll take these two triangles. I'll take the yellow one and this one. After the class, go through this. I want all of you to practice. Read the question, practice at least twice. So that's it. Tomorrow we'll solve previous year question. There are 5, 6 to 7 questions. Previous year we'll complete it tomorrow. Last question, another 2 minutes. Okay. What is tan 28? 0.5317. What is AC island? What's the value? 0.53. No, no, for AC. 5317 into 9. Okay, 4.7853. What about tan 13? 2309. So 0.2309 into 9. Is it 2.0718? Okay. E is equals to 2.0718. 2.0781. So if you use rectangle property, if DE is 2.0718, what about BC, students? BC is also same, right? All of you will respond. Did you understand? DE and BC are equal. Okay, what is the entire length of AB? What are the two things you have to add? AC plus CB. So what's the final answer? 4.7853 plus 2.81. 2.0781. Check the answer in textbook, students. What's the final answer given? Okay, 6 point. Let me add this. 3 and 1 is 4. 8 plus 5, 13, carry 1, 15, 16, 8. Is it 6.8634 meters? And after decimal, we need only two values, students. How do you round it off? Check the third one, 3. Is the answer 6.86 meters? 12th question. Check the 12th question, heights and distance. Exercise 22A, why no response? Nobody has textbook? Correct? Got it right? Oh, yes, 6.86 meters, students. And if you want, write the statement DE is equal to BC. You can write here DE is equal to BC. Opposite sides are equal. Therefore, BC is equals to 2.0781. Later, you can add it. So, this is a separate one. Till here, it is separate one. Copy, students. Completed. That's it. Last question. So only the specific one I've solved from this exercise. You don't have to cover water. I think we have done around 7 or 8 questions from this exercise, first exercise. That is enough. Tomorrow we'll start previous year questions. Done? Okay. If you have completed, Angel, Kia, stay online. Others can leave. All of you can leave. Attend at 11:30 tomorrow, students. Angel and Kia, stay online.